Looking for the best gaming motherboards to suit your needs? In this video, we're diving into some of the top options available right now. Before we begin, don't forget to check out the links in the description to find the best deals within your budget. Let's get started. Number 1. MSI MEG X870 Tomahawk Wi-Fi. Best AMD X870 motherboard. The MSI MEG X870 Tomahawk is chock full of USB ports, plenty fast, and available for a reasonable, although not budget price. Normally, a board that supports up to 21 USB ports would be an expensive affair, but the MEG X870 Tomahawk could be found for around $300. And while that's not exactly cheap, it is very reasonable for what you're getting here. Now, the rear port smorgasbord includes 2 USB 4 Type-C, 1 USB 3.1 Type-C, a single USB 3.1 Type-A, 3 regular USB 3 Type-A's, and 4 old-school USB 2 Type-A ports. We were quite impressed with the build quality and overall toughness of this chunky board, especially the new graphics card retention mechanism that feels both easy to use and suitably robust. Pros and cons. It supports up to 21 USB ports, has a solid build quality, and is easy to use and produces great power and thermal performance. However, you only really get one really fast PCIe slot along with a complicated bunch of M.2 slots. Final thoughts: that makes this board armed to the hilt with ports, making it also speedy under a review and making it also very well designed and balanced for the feature set. So, if you're looking for the best X870 motherboard in our opinion, this is definitely it. Hey folks, thanks for watching and please let us know if there's anything that you would change with our videos. Number 2. Gigabyte X670 Aorus Elite AX. Best AMD X670 motherboard. Part of the reason X670 boards cost a lot is because of the high-quality signaling required for both PCIe 5.0 expansion and M.2 slots. But since PCIe 5.0*16 for graphics cards means pretty much nothing right now, the X670 board is a perfectly viable option. And at $239, the Gigabyte X670 Aorus Elite AX is a heck of a lot better value than an X670E board. In total, there are 4 M.2 slots made up of the aforementioned primary PCIe 5.0 slot. There are now also 3 4.0 PCIe slots that are cooled by a single-layer heatsink. And to top all that off for storage complement, you also get 4 more SATA ports to the side. Now, other highlights include a USB 3.22 Gen Type-C header, which includes your power reset and CMOS clear buttons and a Thunderbolt 4 header. Now, this board comes with a 16+2+2 phase VRM with a 70 amp power stage, and that should be more than enough for your average user. Throw a Ryzen 9 7950X with a PBO-enabled system into the Elite AX and you won't have a problem. Pros and cons. We love the value for the money here. It has strong VRM phasing and great connectivity options. However, the audio is slightly lacking and there is some fierce competition in the segment. Final thoughts: if nothing else, the Elite AX shows manufacturers are getting a bit greedy in the high end of the market. And if you absolutely must have USB 4 or 10G LAN or even Thunderbolt, you have to pay a lot more for it. So, for the market, we would say that a board like the Aorus Elite AX is where it's at. And for you gamers that know, you'll know where the value is just by looking at the specs. Number 3. ASRock B850 Steel Legend Wi-Fi. Best AMD B850 motherboard. ASRock's new motherboard is the best B850 motherboard around thanks to its great price point, lots of USB ports, and some neat modern features like Wi-Fi 7 and PCIe 5.0 support. Now, in exchange for that lighter price point, you are removing some more niche features like USB 4, but as we said, you still get premium features like the Wi-Fi 7 along with the Realtek ALC4080 for audio. Another sign of quality is the 11 USB ports that you get in the rear I/O, and that offers a wide range of speeds and types. Now, in our gaming review, temp stayed positive throughout with no throttling at all and all tests were positive. Not to mention that it was matching way more expensive motherboards at that. Pros and cons: it's a low-cost option with Wi-Fi 7 and PCIe 5.0 support with loads of USB ports. However, you don't get USB 4 and has fewer premium features compared to other motherboards, and it also has a lackluster EFI. Final thoughts. Now, notably, There are more premium motherboards out there and even some that are more dazzling white than the gray white of the Steel Legend, but the ASRock B850 Steel Legend Wi-Fi is the best B850 board right now. And that's thanks to just how much value you get out of that reasonable price tag. Number 4. Asus TUF Gaming B650 Plus Wi-Fi. Best AMD B650 motherboard. The Asus TUF Gaming B650 Plus Wi-Fi is the best B650 gaming motherboard that you can buy because it is the perfect example of a motherboard that doesn't lack features for the money. And unlike some of the other mid-tier boards, the TUF B650 Plus doesn't skimp on cooling with big and chunky heat sinks that provide lots of surface area while allowing air to circulate freely. The primary M.2 slot, which supports up to PCIe 5.0, has a relatively small heatsink compared to some of the chunky M.22 ones we have seen, including those that ship with the ASRock X670E Pro RS and the Gigabyte Z790 Aorus Master. Now, having tons of 105 amp stages is something boards going for well over double the price of the TUF B650 Plus. No, instead this unit comes with a 12 plus 2-phase design with 60 amp stages, which is enough to power a Ryzen 9 7950X without issue. Pros and cons. We rather like the VRM setup and its cooling configuration. It has a decent USB layout with a refined BIOS with enhanced PBO modes. Now, be advised you're only getting Wi-Fi 6 here, and the price of this unit is pricey compared to some of its competing models. Final thoughts. The Asus TUF Gaming B650 Plus is a solid entry into the market. I mean, it feels refined and it's got a good core feature set with excellent cooling with subtle looks, but overall its value proposition is definitely strong here, even with all those competing models. Number 5. Asus ROG Maximus Z890 Hero. Best Intel Z890 motherboard. And here's the Asus ROG Maximus Z890 Hero. An astonishingly well-equipped board with a similarly astonishing price tag. The headline news here is the inclusion of 6 M.2 slots, which means you can deck out your new rig with seriously huge amounts of super-fast storage. More than that, you also get 2 Gen 5 PCIe slots and 4 Gen 4 ones alongside 4 SATA ports and a slim SAS connection. You can equip your new Aero Late build with some stocking amount of incredibly fast DDR52 if you wish to. Now, up to 192 GB is supported here, along with CU-DIMM and a max speed of DDR5 9200 MHz overclocked. USB-wise, you get 2 Thunderbolt 4 Type-C ports, a single USB 3.1 Type-C, for USB 3.1 Type-A's, and 4 USB 3.0 Type-S to help with your connectivity needs. Pros and cons. We like that you get 6 M.22 slots with excellent cooling, a quick release mechanism with an excellent feature set. But boy, is this one heavy chunker and its price is absolutely jaw-dropping. Final thoughts. Still, it takes the top slot here by virtue of completeness of the package. Overall, it is a very impressive unit and it has the performance kahunas to match. And that's what makes the Asus ROG Maximus Z890 Hero the best Intel Z890 motherboard so far.